Good morning. If you're watching the replay, go ahead and skip ahead a couple of minutes. We will get started soon. Good morning, good morning. Let me fix this. Whew. My electronic device is giving me trouble again. So, give me a second to collect my energy, and then we're going to get started. How was everybody's week and weekend? I hope it was good. How was the full moon? Anybody have any issues sleeping? I woke up a few times last night, but that's typical for me. Good morning. Come in, come in. Like I said, we're going to get started in just a second. Let's see. Let me grab my bottle of water. Give me one sec. Normally I have my coffee or a glass of water, but I already drank it all. You slept great? Good. Good morning. It's crazy how bright my hair looks in these videos. It's not that bright in person. I mean, it is bright, but I don't know. All part of growing out your silver, right? Glad to be home. I bet you are. I bet you are. Okay, so if you're new here, welcome in. This is your weekly Tarotscope. We do this every Monday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, okay? We get together because we want to find out what's coming up for us in the week ahead, right? And we use the tarot as the horoscope, okay? We look to see what energy is coming up each day. We talk about it. I give you examples of how it can show up in your own life and like societal ways, personal ways, relationship ways, all of that, okay? That way, when you're going through your week, you don't see it as life is happening to you. You see, okay, this is what I kind of expected. So here I'm going to deal with the situation in my power, or I'm going to use this to my advantage, okay? So this is a general collective Tarotscope. This is not a personal one. If you need personal readings, everything is linked in my bio. But I also want you to feel free to ask questions about tarot and numerology, spirituality, life and relationships, all of those things, okay? Because this is a conversation. So don't feel like you just have to sit back and watch. You can if you want to, but I want you to feel free to ask questions and be part of the conversation, okay? So what we're going to do first is we're going to boost and balance our heart chakra, okay? This is the focal point or the center point in between our higher self and our human self. So we want to make sure that we balance this energy chakra, especially because we come from love. We desire love. Love is everything, right? So we want to make sure that our heart chakra is nice and open and balanced, and we're not holding on to any negativity from the past week or weekend or whatever, okay? This bowl is attuned to the frequency of the heart chakra. So all you're going to do is just take nice, calm, cleansing breaths. Make sure you relax your shoulders, you relax your jaw. If you can sit with your spine aligned, so if like you're sitting up straight, feet on the floor, that would be ideal. If you're outside, put your feet in the grass. That would be fantastic for you. But yeah, it only lasts a few seconds, so this is your time to relax, okay? Here we go. Just breathe. Now let's all collectively take one super deep breath in. Pick up all the fear, the heaviness, the anxiety, the anger, everything, and just blow it out. Get rid of that. It feels good, doesn't it? I love doing that. when we're hunched over computers or our phone or our desk, all of that, like it creates this closed off type of energy, and it makes us like breathe more shallow. And we need to make sure that we are breathing deeply so we can get oxygen to the pineal gland and we can operate the way we're supposed to, okay? So what we're going to do first is we're going to get our fairy blessing, and then we're going to get the overall card for the week, and then y'all are going to choose the tarot deck that I use and I read from, okay? Because whenever you choose the deck, it puts your energy into the reading even more. And the more you come to these sessions, the more that they are going to resonate with you. And you're going to see me looking back and forth. I'm looking at TikTok and YouTube, okay? I promise I'm not I'm not crazy. Good morning. All right, so let's find out what our fairy blessing is. Let's see. What is our fairy blessing for this week? You can focus on this oracle deck and ask the cards, what is our fairy blessing for this week? Oops. All right, we got a blessing of a light touch, number 42, okay? So when we look at the numerology, 4 is the physical space, okay? 4 is logic, it's physical, it's earth type energy, it's seeing things as they are. And 2 is the feminine energy. So it's like, okay, I see it and I accept it, I'm aware of it, and now I'm going to, with the light touch, that is very feminine type energy, okay? When we bring it together, it's 6. 6 is nurturing, 6 is love, 6 is harmony, 6 is family, okay? So let's see how this pertains to you and your week ahead. I do love to read from this book because it gives you a nice story and lessons. And then, like I said, we'll get into the tarot. It's always the randos that try to like join my live. It's so weird. Okay. A blessing of a light touch. The fairy gifts of charm, grace, and intuitive timing. This gift is from the Fae who dance lightly upon this earth, who know how to speak the magical words that invite affinity and accord and banish misunderstandings. This gift is for you, a blessing so you can now walk lightly, speak truly and simply, and yet know the exact time, the perfect way, without thinking any more on it. It will come light as a bee's wing. You will open your lips, and out will flow the way through what has once confounded you. Let the steps of your feet be light upon the earth. Let your touch be graceful and full of kindness. Let the words seep into the hardest of hearts and crack open the walls between you and others. We don't want to crap open it. The gift of the fairy is a true blessing, for it creates love and forgiveness, and with that, we can move into better parts of our lives, no longer so troubled by what once caused sadness. The relationships may not be rewoven, and the change may not be forever, but there will be no bitterness, for the thorns in the hearts will have been dissolved by the magic of the right words, the gentle touch, the light step you have been blessed with. Fairy blessings of knowing just what to do and say, dear friend. I love that, right? Because so often we're stuck in these situations where we don't know what to do or we don't know what to say. And this is why it's really important to understand how your energy works, right? How the masculine works, how the feminine works, okay? When we are in the feminine energy flows, okay? Masculine is more chaotic. It's more of like action taking, chaotic, or control. Feminine is flowy type of energy. We have both energies within us, right? So when we approach life or we approach situations within our life through that femininity, we will have that flow of harmony. We will have that flow of understanding and that flow of gentleness, even though we might be setting a boundary. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like you don't have to rage. You don't have to control. You don't have to do all these things. It's just like, you know what? I see it for what it is. And this is how I'm going to move accordingly. Does that make sense? You're moving within your power. Do you understand what I'm saying? I like to make sure just before, I don't want anybody confused. Let me get a drink of water. So now we are going to get the overall card for the week, okay? So what this means is this card is like the overarching theme energy of the week, right? We're going to use the divination book for this, and then after that, I'm going to have y'all choose the tarot, and then I'm going to pull cards for you, okay? So we're going to knock on it just like we would a tarot deck. We're going to connect to the cards, or I'm sorry, to the book through our energy centers and the palms of our hands. We're going to take a nice deep breath. We're going to let it out. We're going to focus our intention on the book. We're going to slow our breathing and set our intention and ask the book, what is our overall message for this week? What is our overall message for this week? And then we're going to intuitively draw a page. All right, here's that Two of Swords reversed again, you guys. If you have been coming to these lives for, I don't know, I've been doing them for years. If you have been coming to these lives, you will soon understand or realize that when a certain message needs to be heard, we will continually draw the same card. Whether it's tarot or oracle, that same card will come out all the time. That's why for my tribe, the mascot is the fox, because it didn't matter which deck I was using, a fox card would always show up. In the Kipper deck, this deck here, the community card came out. I mean, almost every reading that I did here. Now we're getting the Two of Swords repeatedly, okay? So I'm going to read this to you. It says, this week you drew the Two of Swords reversed. One of two things is happening for you this week. One, emotions are getting the best of you about a decision that has to be made or has been made. You've been trying to avoid this, trying to keep the peace, but it's brought you nothing but distress. It's time to look at the truth of the matter and choose a path. How long are you going to stand at the fork in the road of your life? How long have you already been standing there? I can almost guarantee you've been standing there way longer than you should, right? Because of fear, because of doubt, because of programming, like, no, okay? Number two, you've decided to open up to a conversation about something you had previously shielded yourself from. It takes real bravery to be vulnerable. Be proud of yourself, okay? If you are taking the stance and having a discussion with somebody this week, obviously we want to lead with the heart, right? When we lead with the heart and we have that blessing of the light touch and you know exactly what to say, then you come to a resolution, okay? Either way, this week is about a choice, choosing to take control instead of avoiding what you fear. That is a goddess. So there you go. That is your overall card for the week. So it's all about the choices that you make. And when we couple that with the blessing that we got, it's knowing exactly what choice you need to make, exactly which direction you need to go, regardless of if you worry that it's going to upset people or you don't know, you can't predict where it's going to go. And so you're just going to stay still. No, you're making that decision, right? Good morning. Good morning. Way too long. Yeah. See? And that's normal, you guys. This is not meant to shame you. This is meant to shake you awake. I am the awakening coach. I'm here to wake you up to the things that you most likely don't even realize is happening in your own life, in your own psyche, in your own soul, all of that, right? I'm here to shed light so you can take the power steps yourself, okay? I don't want you to have to rely on people like me for every decision, every step of your life. You have all of the natural abilities within you, and I'm here to help you wake them up, okay? All right, so we're going to choose the deck that I'm going to use. Deck number one, Red Fairy Tarot, almost forgot. Red Fairy Tarot, okay? Deck number two, the Light Seers Tarot. These are two of y'all's favorites, so we're going to make them go head to head. So vote in the comments, please. Only vote one time. That way we can keep track of which deck wins. So deck one, Red Fairy. Deck two, Light Seers. So put a 1 or a 2 in the comments, please. Looks like ones are getting it on TikTok. Oh, here comes the twos. Ones are getting it on YouTube. Nice. I'll give it just a little bit longer. Y'all help me keep track, especially on YouTube. Help me keep, I'm sorry, on TikTok. Goodness gracious. Help me keep track of which deck has the most votes, please. 1, Red Fairy, or 2, Light Seers. These are 2 of my favorite decks. I love using these decks. And one thing, you guys, if you are learning tarot, if you're interested in tarot, I always recommend learning the Rider-Waite deck first, okay? Because you need to understand the meanings, the symbology, the numerology, the archetypes, the astrology connected to it all. And then whenever you've learned and mastered that deck, then you move on to other decks like this, okay? But if you're learning off of decks like these, they are 9 times out of 10 missing the universal symbology that speaks to your subconscious, okay? And so you're gonna miss a lot, all right? I teach off of the Rider-Waite deck. Okay, who won on TikTok? It's like, it looks very divided to me. I know one's got it on YouTube. It's just easier to tell because I have a smaller audience on YouTube. But let's see, who won on TikTok? I'm waiting because I know somebody's gonna, you think 2? I thought so, because I thought ones had it at first and then 2s came in hot. Everybody loves a Light Seers Tarot, and I get it. It's a great deck. All right, well, let's go with 2, because I do think 2's got it. Sorry, YouTube. Majority rules. All right, let me move this over here out of my way. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to draw a card for each day this week. We're going to see what card represents which day and how they all flow together and how we can navigate this week through the energy that we reveal, okay? I'm just getting them nice and shuffled up for us. After we do the tarot, then we'll get oracle cards for further messages, okay? So let's see. What do we need to know about each day this week? What is coming up for us each day this week? I know you can't see it, but I'm splitting the deck and I'm putting it back together. Okay, for today, we got Justice, a major arcana starting off the week, okay? Now, Justice is ruled by Libra, okay? Libra rules the house of relationships, right? So when we see Justice popping up, this is indicating that your life is a reflection of your decisions. I mean, think about the card that we pulled as the overall. It's the 2 of Swords in reverse, right? Your life is a reflection of your decisions. If you don't like what's reflecting back to you, then you've got to make different decisions, right? No more standing at the fork in the road. No more getting lost at the impasse, right? You are here to make decisions. And so it's kind of like, you know, my mom used to always tell me, it used to drive me crazy. Life's not, I would say it's not fair. And she'd tell me, well, life's not fair. And I'm like, bullshit, right? So whenever you see Justice popping up, this can mean a couple of things. Number 1, if you are dealing with legal matters today, it is a good day to deal with legal matters. This is indicating that the legal matters will be resolved in a fair way. Doesn't mean that you're going to win and win outright. No, it means that the decision that is going to be made is going to be fair and just, okay? This is a good day if you need to have a conversation with somebody that you're in a relationship with, right? You come to the conversation through the heart, and you both speak fairly. No lies, no yelling, no anything. You speak the truth, okay? So it's a very balanced day for you. Even though we just had this full moon, the eclipse and all that, right? It felt wonky. Some people had some emotional things coming up. But again, today, it's all about fairness and justice. And if you need to sign a contract, today would be a good day. Yeah, like I said, all legal proceedings, it's a good day for that, okay? All right, let's look at Tuesday. Okay, another major arcana in reverse. Now, most surface level tarot readers will tell you the Lover's card is you're going through a separation with your partner. That's not what the Lovers means, okay? That is like a sub meaning of the Lover's card, okay? The Lover's card indicates a decision, okay? Because when you look at the tarot, it is the hero's journey, or you can call it the fool's journey, right? When they get to level 6, this is about stepping out onto your own. This is about making a decision that is right for you. Be careful of decision impulse on Tuesday, okay? Make sure it's something that is in alignment with you and not just something that you're desiring, and so you're just getting that just for the ego boost or the dopamine hit, okay? So when the Lovers is in reverse, it can indicate that there is a miscommunication between somebody else. It doesn't just mean you and a lover. It could be you and a sibling, you and a friend, you and a coworker, somebody that you really kind of jive with. You might be a little off tomorrow. So just be aware. And now that you're aware, don't take things personally. Don't try to have like major conversations if you're both not ready. Just understand that things can go wonky, okay? Because you might be acting impulsively, and you might be a little bit selfish, and that can cause a rift there, okay? But if this is about you needing to make a decision that separates you from what you've been doing, what you've been expected to do, and you know it's for your highest good, then you go for it, okay? What in the fuck? God, man, why are... I do not want that. Where's the moderators? That'd be great. There we go. Got it. Okay. Let's look at Wednesday. Wednesday, we have the 10 of Cups in reverse. Okay. Do not be afraid of seeing these cards in reverse, okay? I know that a lot of people try to avoid reversals because they think they're all negative, but they're not. This one's not the best in reverse, but there's a lesson here, okay? There's something that you can do to step in this energy of turning things direct, okay? So on Wednesday, there might be an issue with the family. This is a minor arcana. We had two major arcanas here. This is a minor arcana, okay? So think about this. Today, we have justice. Today, we're making decisions. We're looking at how life is reflecting back to us, right? That is the chapter. That is the theme of the week, plus the Two of Swords in reverse. So again, we're having to make tough decisions this week. Decisions that are meant to put us on a different trajectory, especially because we just had this full moon eclipse, right? So things are shifting, things are moving. We got planetary movements that are like causing us to be like, hey, you need to take a look at this and you need to fix this, like Saturn going into Pisces. So anyway, then on Tuesday, we have the Lovers in reverse. There may be some sort of impulsive action happening on Tuesday, and you need to be aware that if it's you making that impulsive action, it can lead into the next day where there's an issue with somebody that you care deeply about, right? It could be a family member, it could be a child, anything, okay? If that is not the situation, then just on Wednesday, it can indicate that it's kind of maybe just a gloomy day, right? Where the day didn't turn out the way you wanted it to. Maybe it starts off because you're tired and you're in a bad mood. So what I'm saying here is you have the power to turn this direct, and you can decide to make it a good day. Change your attitude. Okay? Or if there is an issue with the family, this would be about you maybe changing your approach to how you handle that situation. Does that make sense? Because the 10 of Cups is great happiness. The Sun card is the happiest card in the tarot, right? This is like a step down from that, okay? So there could be an issue with your happiness level, your fulfillment level on Wednesday. And so this is about you deciding, am I going to stay in this energy, or am I going to choose to handle things differently? Am I going to recognize that my life is reflecting back to me my truth and my decisions, and I'm going to accept that, and I'm going to start making decisions that alter my course? Okay, because nothing is ever set in stone. This is why we have tarot, because we can show you the potential outcome of the journey that you're on right now and how you can be empowered to make a different decision. Okay, let's look at Thursday. Thursday, holy shit, we have the Tower. It's gonna be a big week. Okay, unexpected changes, unexpected events on Thursday. Now, this energy, as it's a general collective Tarotscope, this could be something that happens in society. There could be an earthquake, there could be a giant storm, or it could be personally. There's unexpected changes happening in your life. And this is not something to punish you. This is not something to be afraid of, even though most tarot readers are afraid of the Tower card. Okay? This Tower card, if you study tarot, and especially if you're one of my students, you know the connection to God source energy and this card, right? What is not meant to be will not stand. Okay? So when we accept that, and we understand that if something is falling apart, if something is going away, it is not meant for us, because we were probably complacent in some area of our life. Okay? What's at the bottom? Yeah, little squirrel. Looks like acorns. You see it? Hey, Miss Jamie. Is that a good day for court? Dawn, on Thursday, something unexpected can happen. There could be a delay, could be something that the other person brings about, and it feels like everything's falling apart. I would honestly say it's not the best day for court. Today would be. But again, the unexpected happening could be something definitely that works in your favor, because the universe is doing this. Okay? Again, you are not being punished. The Tower card always shows the finger of God, and it's overthrowing somebody that is not there for good intention. So like I said, it could be very unexpected, like the judge lays down the hammer. I've had that happen when I was in a court hearing with my ex-husband. He was lying, and I'm like, I really have no proof to like give to the judge to be like, I can prove that he's lying, because it was kind of like last minute. It was over his job and child support, whatever. And so all I told the judge was what I knew. And she turned and asked him if that was true, and he fumbled, and he wound up telling on himself. And she, she got him. And I was like, holy crap. Like, I was not expecting that. So it could go, like I said, Dawn, in your favor, it could. But it's all about how are you approaching the situation, who needs to get overthrown, what's getting overthrown, because it wasn't meant to stand. It was like built on lies, or it was built on, it was not stable. Okay? Let's look at Friday. Friday, we have the Three of Wands in reverse. Okay, so on Friday, plans may change. Okay, something that you were expecting may not happen, and that's okay, right? Because again, this week, the Two of Swords in reverse is ruling the week, right? That is about our decisions. So it could be a great day for you to stay home and just relax, okay? It could be maybe not, I need to adjust course. I need to make different decisions. I need to look at the people that I'm partnered with, whether that be your relationships, like romantic relationships, your friendships, and your business relationships, okay? Because this can be connected to your business relationships. So whenever we see that, it could be parting ways with a business relationship, because the results are not happening. You're not seeing any progress. You're not seeing anything good happening, okay? But again, you can turn this direct depending on the decisions that you're making. Every decision that you make that is in alignment with your core values and with your true authenticity, every decision that you make, you cannot go wrong. Okay? Let me say that again. Every decision that you make that's in alignment with your core values and your authenticity, you cannot go wrong. So there might be situations that are not ideal that you're going to have to deal with, but at least you're doing it through your authenticity. Okay? Oh, you're welcome. Okay, so let's look at Saturday. Saturday, we have the Two of Wands in reverse. Okay, so talk about making decisions. So we have the Two of Swords in reverse, and now we have the Two of Wands in reverse. Okay, so we need to, this could be a couple of things for you. Number one, plans again can get delayed. Doesn't mean they're going to be canceled. It could be like something needs to be adjusted, right? So it's kind of like go with the flow. Be open, go with the flow, and see where it takes you. The other way this can be interpreted is don't limit your trajectory. Don't limit yourself. Don't limit anything. Because when you look at the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot deck, this card has somebody standing out. They're standing on top of what looks like a castle, right? They've already staked their claim. They've done the right thing, okay? They're holding the world, and they're also holding a wand in their hand, right? The world in their hand means that they've got the world in their hand, literally, like they can do anything. They can go anywhere, and they're looking over the vastness of the water, okay? The water is the subconscious, right? So when we're looking at that card and it's direct, it's like you can go anywhere. Like what is the universe telling you? What is your subconscious telling you? What is it that you want? Because the world is your oyster, right? So you got to make plans. You're making plans. You're figuring out what it is that you want to do. You're listening. Well, when the Two of Wands is in reverse, it can indicate that you're limiting yourself. You're not listening to that higher knowing. You're not making big plans for yourself. You're not accomplishing whatever it is that you want because there might be this fear or there might be the ego just ruling everything, okay? So on Saturday, again, it could be maybe another good day to stay home, or if plans change, you just go with the flow. But also if you're making plans for your future, stop limiting yourself. Stop doing that, okay? Because the universe can see so much more than you can. So don't be arrogant to think that you know it all, because you don't, right? The universe can see so much more. And so why not let the universe help you? But don't forget that you are responsible for your actions. Things are not going to happen just to you and then everything works out. You do have to take divinely inspired action, all right? Let's see, what day we're at? Saturday. Let's look at Sunday. Oh, very nice. Sunday, great day. Nine of Pentacles, this is Our Lady of Leisure, okay? So this is about you taking it easy, connecting with nature, and really looking at, like, it's really about like being proud of the decisions you made this week, okay? Even though we have some not so easy cards, it's indicating we have three major arcana. I mean, it doesn't surprise me because we just had the eclipse, right? So when we see it that way, and we understand that there's going to be a lot of like shifts and changes happening, and we need to just let it go and go with the flow. The Nine of Pentacles, she's very proud of her commitment to herself, her commitment to her journey, her commitment to her growth, okay? She can do amazing things. She is building her wealth. She's building her health. She is independent. She is secure in herself. She's doing all the things that she knows to build herself up. She's a goddess, okay? So we start with justice, right? Life reflecting back to you and the decisions that you've been making, and asking you, are you happy with those, right? Because the overall energy is the Two of Swords in reverse. And then we have the blessing of a light touch. This is telling you, you're going to know exactly what needs to happen. You're going to know exactly what you need to do. Now, the difference is going to be, are you going to do it? Or are you going to say it? That's up to you. The universe can present you over and over and over again with opportunity. But if you don't take it, that's on you. Get it? So I do like how we end the week with a very positive note of taking it easy, getting out in nature, really looking at your progress, being proud of yourself, you know, doing all those wonderful things at, you know, because it's not easy. Life is not easy. Okay? So give yourself grace, but don't be lazy and afraid to make the decisions that are right for you. Okay? Look at that. 8 of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, feeling stuck, really closing yourself in, and it's all in your head. It's all in your head. Okay? Because there is so much fear. People have put the fear of everything into you because let's say it this way. I was thinking about this before we even started the reading as I was getting ready this morning. I have so many people that constantly well, I can't afford this, I can't afford that, da 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 da. And you know, my people know, do not say that to me, because yes, you can. Because when you say I can't afford something, you're putting yourself in the victim mindset. When you say that's not currently in my budget, but I will keep that in mind, you're putting yourself in the power position. Okay? This is keeping yourself in the weak position. You letting other people dictate what, like, your view of life. Okay? You're constantly being programmed that there's not enough, that you are at a disadvantage, and you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't. Yes, you can. But you have to separate yourself from that programming. You have to be that intelligent rebel that we talk about all the time. Does that make sense? Oops, let me grab this. I had to change the way I said some things. Good. Yeah, be very aware of what you're saying about yourself and your life. Okay? Because that makes a massive difference, not only in your brain, but also the energy you're sending out to the universe. You're sending a signal out there, like the bat signal, you know, here's what I want, and it's most likely going to be negative. The universe is like, okay, your wish is my command. Whoops. I feel like that Tower card is a reality check. Yeah. A realization that forces you to accept the truth. Yeah. Yeah. And that's, I think that's a great assessment of the Tower card, because it's like, oh God, things are falling apart. Let me look at my part in this. Let me look at my involvement in this. Let me look at how this happened. And then let me rebuild from the lessons that I've learned. So yeah, I agree. Give me 1 second. Douglas is outside and he's whining. He needs to come back inside. Give me 1 second. He wouldn't come in this morning before my son had to leave for school, so he had to leave him outside. Oops, hang on 1 second. I can't see with my white shirt. Do you think the universe made my car die 2 times last week while driving to work? I don't know. It could be showing you that there's something that you've needed to do to fix it, or something maybe you've been avoiding. I mean, it depends on your circumstances. Like, I can't just say out of the blue, yes or no. So, yeah. Oh, I love that connection. See, the cards always align to the astrology. Okay, listen to this. The 2 of Swords and Justice are Libra energy, which, yeah, we talked about that. Mars is currently in Libra. The Tower is Mars energy. There you go. Okay? This is why I love when Jamie shows up to our Tarotscopes. She's our astrology gal. If you haven't met Jamie, she's in the tribe. Okay? We have Jamie, we have Maddie, and we have Anne. 3 amazing ladies, all with different abilities. And I'm in the tribe, obviously. But yeah, like, if you haven't gotten in there, then do it. Okay. Let's get some oracle and see what else we need to know. I haven't used this deck in a while, but it was speaking to me, so we're going to use it this morning. All right, what do we need to know this week? And remember, the blessing is 42, and we have the 2 of Swords, right? So 2 is a repeating number here. 2 is balance, it's decision-making, it is relationships, it is feminine energy, okay? When we look at the 42, the 4 is looking at what is, accepting it, and making the decision, right? And when we bring it to 6, right, we add those two numbers together and we bring it to 6. 6 is love, it is nurturing, it is family, it is responsibility. Okay, so you have the responsibility to make the best decisions for yourself that are going to get you to where you need to go. This is not out of selfish ego. This is out of your soul calling. Okay. All right. What else do we need to know this week? Oh, I love this. We have ancestors' wisdom. Look how beautiful that is. You have so much more information available to you than you have ever let yourself realize. Okay? This is why it's really important for you to be able to be in a calm environment, to be able to maybe meditate or just sit quietly. Whenever you ask a question, listen for those little nuanced answers, okay? Ask for guidance and then follow that lead, okay? Because your ancestors, the energy is like, number one, you've had this way paved for you. Number two, it's like you're getting guidance and you're being led in a certain direction. Why would you not listen? Okay? I love that. Beautiful card. I mean, there's so much power behind you and around you all the time. All the time. Okay? You just cannot see it because it's in a different vibration, but you will feel it. Okay? Think about when you ask for help and guidance, when you're sitting in silence, when you're sitting by yourself and you're really focusing and you ask for guidance, you will start to feel that energy surround you. You can ask for your ancestors. You can ask for your spirit guides. You can ask for a divine source energy to be with you. I always get goosebumps when I do that because that's telling me that the energy is here, right? That's the acknowledgement. But if you're not somebody that gets goosebumps, you'll feel something different in your body. You'll feel the energy shift, okay? So just know that you have everything that you need in here. You just have to sit still long enough to listen to it. But we are constantly so distracted by social media, by TV, and all that other crap, right? It's very easy to get distracted, but we are so easily distracted that we don't hear it. We miss it. Well, that's the point of all these things, is to keep us distracted. The more distracted you allow yourself to be, the more you're going to suffer. Okay? Think about that. The wisdom owl has been on me all year. Good. That's true. So we don't listen because of fear and disbelief. Absolutely, I know. And that's what drives me crazy, is that from childhood on, right? We've been told, oh, it's not real. Oh, it's the devil. Oh, this and that, right? And so they've created this mindset of fear and disbelief. And so you very easily switch over to that, right? Immediately, people go to fear and disbelief. And it's like, no, man, like these are our natural abilities. These are what everybody has. And if you would understand that the energy around you is here to help you, you wouldn't worry about anything. And it's a constant practice. Don't think like you're just going to get to this one place and everything's just going to magically just, whoop, I'm healed and everything's positive, everything's great. No, it is a constant reminding practice. I mean, I have to do it myself all the time, right? Because we are bombarded with things to be afraid of. We are bombarded with things to focus on other than our own spirituality, our own journey, our own practices, all of that, right? Buy this, sell that, do this, don't do that. You're good enough, you're not good enough. I mean, it's so much, right? That's why it's very important for you to curate your FYP on your social media, the things that you watch on TV. I don't watch negative things. I don't watch things that will put me in a lack mindset or will bring fear into my household. Like, I don't do that because I know that energy, if I watch something that makes me fearful or angry or whatever, I'm creating what's called like an egregore. It's like a ball of energy. And that will sit in my house. And I don't want that. So, yeah. It is a process for sure. Yeah, it is. And that's why you got to give yourself grace, but don't let yourself get so thrown off that you just give up, right? You have to keep bringing yourself back to center and reminding yourself. All right, what else do we need to know? I have people in my life that keep telling me to stop what I'm doing and to watch out who I talk to and invite into my home. Could be inviting negative things in my life as they're speaking negativity to you. That's funny. I felt 3 shifts so far this year, 1 huge and 2 smaller ones. Good for you, Patty. Good for you. They call it social media feed. Yeah. They're feeding you. I mean, it is all designed. They are psychological geniuses, these algorithms that they build, right? And they do all these things for a reason. And it's all meant to, it's all entertainment, right? And it's like keeping you stuck. It's keeping you motionless. It's keeping you, I mean, so many different things, right? So that's why you need to very well limit your time on social media and watching. I don't watch reality TV. I don't do anything like that because it's all BS, right? I like to watch things that inspire me, or if I'm wanting to manifest something, I'll watch things that are connected to what I'm trying to manifest. So it's always like in my life, right? It's in front of me. I put things up in my house that remind me of what I'm bringing into my life, the timeline that I'm stepping into. So you have to curate your own algorithm in your life. You're in charge of that, okay? You want the spirit animal deck? Hang on, it's hard for me to see because I have such a light shirt on. Spirit Animal Oracle. Yeah, I can pull for that one. Give me 1 sec. Let's see. All right, so we have Ride the Wave, but it's in reverse. Typically because there's fear attached, right? Let's see what it wants to say and how it pertains to the tarot that we've already pulled. You may be mistaking a rogue wave for a fun ride. You can only coast for so long before you hit the shoreline with a smack. The tide is ebbing, and your activities are now preparing you for when that wonderful wave comes in for you to ride. You're meant to learn how to be a strong swimmer now. Don't worry, preparation ensures a successful result. However, you must wait patiently for the right moment to come. Now is the time for conscious preparation and skill building. 100%. Okay? Like I was saying earlier, every single decision that you make is preparing you for the path that you're going to be on, right? And so whenever you see these shifts and changes happening in your day-to-day, you have to ask yourself, okay, is this shift bringing something to me, or is it taking something away? Then you ask, okay, why is this happening? What can I see? And is this aligning with me or not? Am I trying to cling on to something that's not meant for me just because my ego is afraid? Or am I, going with the flow of the universe? There's so many different things that you can ask yourself, and it puts you right in alignment, okay? So don't get caught up in the crap that we are fed, thinking, oh, this is just the way life is, or you're going along with like the collective thinking, because that'll get you nowhere. Going along with collective thinking, that will get you nowhere. That's like, I'm going to make a video about this later. But somebody on Reddit posted something about, I used to practice tarot. I used to be a professional tarot reader or something like that. And my readings were always spot on, blah, blah, blah. But now my readings are so disconnected, nothing's coming true, so on and so forth. And they're trying to figure out why. And then at the last line of their post says, do you think it's because I've decided to stop reading reversals? This person was just given the answer, and they answered their own question. And the reason most likely that they stopped reading reversals is because either they got lazy or somebody told them, oh, you don't have to do that. You don't have to read reversals in tarot. We don't do that. You know, it's like, this is the new way of tarot. Blah, blah, blah. It is not the new way of tarot. Okay? Reversals are absolutely important in your readings. No wonder why your readings are not making sense. Right? But they were going along with this new way of collective thinking about tarot, which is the chaotic shuffling, not reading reversals, not using tarot spreads, and all of a sudden, shocker, their readings don't make sense. You know? So it's like, don't just follow something just to follow. And don't follow something just because it's easy and you don't want to do the work. All right? Now, obviously, I use the tarot reference because that's what I do. This is what I teach. You know, this is my career, right? You can put that analogy with anything in your life, okay? That's like, you know, we had Labor Day and the whole fashion thing of don't wear white after Labor Day. That's not even a fashion thing, you guys. That is a societal disconnect rule. The elites will still wear white. The rest of the world, no. That way you can tell who the wealthy are and who the bottom feeders are, okay? It's not even a fashion thing. It's an elitist rule. And people have lost that, right? I don't give two shits. I'll wear white whenever I want to, right? It's dumb. Technically, every day is after Labor Day, right? Right? Exactly. You read reversals? Good. Yeah, it's weird that, to me, the way my brain works, I see patterns. I see things differently than other people. And for me, I'm like, how do you not see this? How do you not understand this? How do you not immediately clock this? But people don't see it, right? Because they're so blinded and their brains are going smooth just because, you know, scrolling, so I need somebody to tell me this. But if it requires too much, or if it requires different thinking, then they're like, oh, I don't want to do that. You know, you're disrupting me. You're triggering me. Like, grow up, right? So, yeah, I don't understand how people don't see that, especially in tarot, reversal, like, it's literally designed to be read direct and reverse. Like, how do you not see that? Like, it's in every single book, unless it's like somebody's like, you can just read tarot intuitively, just see what you feel, and then they just drop them off and they're like, well, good luck. You know, if you get it wrong, that's your fault because you interpreted it wrong, you read it wrong. No, like, I would never want a teacher like that. Like, I want to know exactly what this means and why, and how I can apply it to my life, and how I can help other people in their life, right? There are symbology, there's universal symbology in the tarot. Like, here, I have the Fool right here. There's universal symbology right here that is designed to unlock your subconscious, to help you to remember the truth of the information, right? So it's not necessarily that you're having to memorize, you're having to remember what this energy is telling you. So, yeah. Anywho. All right, let's do a spirit animal. What is our spirit animal for this week? Horse freedom. Look at that. Oh, I love this card. I'll read it to you. It says, your heart is pure and free. A greater purpose calls you. You have unlimited reserves of stamina and strength. You follow the winds of change and accomplish your dreams. I mean, look at that. I'm going to read that one more time because I think it's a beautiful message. Horse freedom. Your heart is pure and free. A greater purpose calls you. You have unlimited reserves of stamina and strength. You follow the winds of change and accomplish your dreams. So whenever you, I've got goosebumps. So whenever you are going towards something that you feel soul aligned to, you have so much energy to do that. I mean, it is incredible what you can do. Okay? If you're doing something that goes against it, then you're drained, you're exhausted, you're bitter, I mean, just so much negative energy, right? Think about, going to your 9 to 5 every day. If it's not something that you love, you're like, oh God, it's Monday again. I've got to go to work, right? It's exhausting. We don't want that. So whenever you're doing something that is aligned with your soul's blueprint, your soul purpose, whatever you want to call it, you have so much energy to get things done, to learn more, to do all these things, right? So it's just reminding you that the choices that you make are aligning you to either your freedom or your entrapment. So your spirit animal this week is the horse. You knew we needed that card? Yeah, I think it's great. All right, let's see what else. That's the message I needed. Okay, good. I love when people come in here and I needed to hear that, or this message, like I was scrolling and you said something that spoke to me. Like, I love when that happens. All right, let's see what else we need to know this week. Gosh, it's already almost 11. Time flies, right? All right, here we go. We have strategy in reverse, which is interesting because we have the 3 of Wands and we have the 2 of Wands in reverse this weekend, right? Adjusting course, changing your strategy. Plans might be delayed. Plans might change, or you need to change your plans. You need to have a strategy. If you have no strategy, you reach no goals. Okay? The universe does not know what to bring your way, and so it's just going to be random stuff, right? Make sure you have a strategy. Make sure you know like who you are and what you're aligned to, what is calling to your soul and what your truth is, and then you act accordingly. It's very simple. Not easy, but very simple, okay? There's no hacks. There's no way around it. Even though people try to sell you life hacks all the time, there is none. You have to deal with it. You got to make the decisions. You got to do the work. You got to do all that stuff. All right, let's get our money message for this week. What is our money message for this week? Okay, so we have, I always ask this question. When I talk about the money message and I immediately say unreliable, what is your first thought? Right? What's your first thought when I say unreliable? And why do you think that is? I'm going to wait till to read this. I want to hear what you have to say. Oh, I got to verify myself. Losing steady income. What does it make you think when you hear unreliable and we're talking about money? Come on, TikTok, I know you're watching. Me and my voices. Oh, choices, okay. I was like thinking your voices in your head, like what you're saying about money. Go another direction. Tell me more. Not showing up, okay. And think about why this may be happening, depending on someone else, people, maybe Molly. Losing money, not finding a reliable job to help build my brand, outside factors and other people. Okay, so whenever we think about money and we hear the word unreliable, it's because we have been taught that money is unreliable, that we have to wait for somebody to determine that we are worthy of receiving. Okay? This is why it's very important for you to understand that money is literally a vibration. Money is a tool. Money wants to work with you. Money wants to come to you, but it could be your own vibration pushing it away. And that's not meant to blame you. That is just showing you that your thoughts about yourself, like your self-worth, and maybe your business, if you're building a business, whatever it may be, all of those are saying, I'm not worthy of money, okay? Money reacts to your vibration, right? So when you hear the word unreliable, you can flip it and say that money loves me. I love money. It's part of how we move through the world, right? Money is the tool that I use to get whatever it is that I need, want, and desire, and to go wherever I need, want, and desire. Money is always flowing to me. Everything I spend comes back to me times 10. Okay? So I'm going to read this to you, and we're going to see how it can apply. There's some confusion regarding money. Fear. So think about today. Let me give you an example. Think about today, where you are in life today, what your bank account says today. Okay? If your bank account is low, think about what thoughts you're having about that. How far into the future are you projecting to have that low bank account? Are you thinking, oh my God, this month, I'm not going to have enough to pay bills, or next month it's going to keep snowballing and domino affecting, right? You're thinking that today's circumstances are going to continue for the rest of the year or the rest of your life. And guess what? You're going to be right. Because every decision that you make based on that thought process is going to put you in alignment with that belief. Do you understand what I'm saying? Your belief dictates your decision making. Think about the reticular activated system, okay? It's going to look for ways that money is unreliable. It's going to look for ways that it's going to keep you broke until you decide otherwise. Okay? It's only reacting off of your thoughts and your behavior. Number 2, people are not following through on their promises and not pay on time. Why? Because number 1, people have their own scarcity mindset. And number 2, again, it could be you're pushing it away energetically. Are you paying your stuff on time? If you're not, then how do you expect other people to pay you on time? Number 3, expected money may not materialize. Again, there's all these fear thoughts happening. And this is the choice that you have to make this week is, am I going to believe that money is unreliable? Am I going to believe that I'm not going to get paid? Am I going to believe all these negative things about myself and my, do I deserve to receive? Focus on that this week and change that thought process. I've been using it for everything. Oh, I just made a sigil the other day for I am worthy. Oh, good. Yeah, you can say I'm worthy, I'm deserving. So many different things you can say. Absolutely. Because here's the thing. We wait for so long for other people to give us permission to receive or to exist. And it's, in reality, us that needs to give ourselves permission. Then all the doors start to open. Give yourself permission to be abundant. Give yourself permission to receive. Give yourself permission to shine. Give yourself permission to be healthy. Give yourself permission to start that project or open that business, whatever it may be. Give yourself permission and watch what happens. All right. Remember, the underlying current of it all is that nasty old Eight of Swords. It's all in your head. Okay? Could also mean to think outside of money. Yeah, there's always other ways of... Exactly, Michelle. I like that. Yes, things and experiences can come to you in many different ways. Things that you might think that you have to pay for can all of a sudden sometimes show up for free. So don't limit yourself. Just focus on the experience you want to have, and the money will show up. Stop focusing on, oh, I have to collect this much money to be able to have this experience. You just tell the universe, no, I want to have this experience. And then boom, the universe will provide you everything that you need. All right, what else do we need to know this week? See, there we go. Despair, worry, and fear, right? It's number 32. So we have 42. We have the blessing of a light touch. We have twos as a theme in this reading so far. And we have 32. What is 3? 3 is communication. 3 is expression. 3 is manifestation, creation, okay? It's the Holy Trinity. 2 is the decision. 2 is also, again, like I said, feminine energy. It's receptive energy. So I'm believing all the things that are being communicated to me or expressed to me, and it's causing me despair. When we bring them together, 5, change, a pivotal moment in your life. This is where everything can shift for you. It can indicate if you're going to believe all the things that people are saying online, in the news, all that other crap. If you believe all that, then that's what you're going to experience. If you choose to believe otherwise, that the universe is abundant, the universe is magical, the universe can bring you anything that you need, want, and desire, right? Provided that you are in it through alignment and through the heart space, that you'll receive it. That's what shifts for you, okay? It's all in what you believe. So your pivotal moment is going to go one way or the other, and that is dictated by you. Make sense? And I know it's not fun to have to turn the mirror on ourselves, but nothing's going to change if you don't. All right, let's get our crystal for the week. Let's see. What is our crystal for this week? If y'all have not been to Denise's page, it's drazakden.com. Denise, put it in the comments if you're still here. She has some super cute pumpkin and bat crystals on her TikTok. You can go look at her TikTok. They're so cute. Y'all need to get some. All right, let's see. What is our crystal for this week? I knew that was going to be the one. Bumblebee Jasper. It's so funny. When I picked up the deck, this card flashed in my mind. And I love this card. Okay. Bumblebee Jasper. Opportunities, abundance, optimism. So crystals help you by providing you this energy of support. Okay? They don't do the work for you. They provide supportive energy for you. Okay? Bumblebee Jasper infuses your spirit with vibrant energy and the courage to embrace change and new challenges. Well, we've seen in this week's Tarotscope that there's going to be some change and maybe a few challenges, right? Allow its bold, dynamic vibrations to ignite your creativity and inspire you to pursue your passions with confidence and determinations. I mean, that is a perfect crystal for this week. The cards always know. And if you want this deck, it's linked in my bio, okay? You can't find it on Amazon or anything like that. It's linked in my bio. It's called Crystal Realm Oracles. But yeah, go to Denise's TikTok right there. If you're on TikTok, click on her name. It'll take you to her profile and you can see the cute pumpkin and like different Halloween crystals that she's got. I love them. Also, if you're wanting to learn tarot, real tarot, not pop tarot, then that is linked in my bio as well. I get a lot of questions about that. And I've had a lot of people saying that they want to learn tarot from me. And it is my mission to teach as many people tarot. And that way we can, light others' flame within, right? The more people I teach, the more people you can help. And then maybe in the future you can teach, right? So I wound up putting my tarot apprenticeship within my tribe. So as long as you're a member of my tribe, you have access to my full tarot apprenticeship. This is everything from beginner to reader, okay? I take it step by step by step. This is not just go in here and memorize cards. I break it down step by step for you. Colors, numbers, symbols, astrology, numerology, angelology, all of that. Then we get into the cards, okay? We get into the major arcana, then we get into each suit of the minor arcana, and then I show you how to perform a reading, okay? Then you have a whole nother library that you have access to of different tarot spreads, and I demonstrate them for you so you know how to read them, and you could use them in your practice. So you have access to everything. Everything is linked. TikTok, it's linked in my bio. It's right there at the top. It says Learn to Read Tarot. YouTube, everything is linked down below in the comments. If not, then go directly to my profile and you can click on that as well. So yeah. Thank you. How do you become a member? Like I said, go to the link in my bio. It's the top link. And then has a button right there. It says Learn to Read Tarot. There's a beautiful community of women in there. You can practice with each other. You can ask me questions. You can ask the other ladies questions, especially the healers, which is Jamie, who you see in here, Maddie, and Anne. They all have amazing qualifications, which I've listed on the website. And there's so much help and guidance in there for you to learn real tarot. And we take it step by step. Everything in the tarot apprenticeship module is dripped at certain intervals so you don't get overwhelmed and so you don't give up on yourself. And so you can learn tarot the proper way, and you then have a practice that you can use for the rest of your life. You can start doing readings if you want to. This is not a certification. If you want certification, that would be through my inner circle, okay? The inner circle is where we spend 12 months together. This is starting in January 2026. We will spend the year together. I will be teaching tarot, advanced tarot, and numerology. And you will have accredited certifications. So accredited means that I've gone through a rigorous process of sharing my curriculum, my own personal certifications, and education with the accreditation company. And they deemed it worthy of being an accredited course or school. So whenever you get certified, you are accredited. Anybody can go get a certification anywhere, right? But if you get an accredited certification, that means it is 100% legit and there is real education there. So yeah, that's what we do in the inner circle, okay? But if you're not ready for that type of commitment, just get into the tribe and start learning tarot there. You cannot go wrong, okay? If you go through the spreads, it helps to guide you to read. They need to go hand in hand. I'm loving it. Good. I'm so glad. I'm so glad, Pam. Yeah, Jamie and Molly, come join us. Yeah, it's such a great group, you guys. Also, we have Anne that is about to start going over the chakras with us. It's going to be probably a class every 3 weeks or so. So we're going to start the first class on the 25th of this month. She's going to go over the root chakra. She is a shamanic practitioner, okay? She does Reiki, hypnotherapy, all kinds of things. She's amazing. So she's going to teach a class on each chakra every about 3 weeks or so we don't get overwhelmed and so it fits into your schedule. So yeah, that's going to be something that I look forward to. But all right, let's do the Rebel deck. This is a time in the reading where if you're sensitive, you might need to scroll away because this deck will call you out and sometimes it'll hurt your feelings, but sometimes it'll give you, you know, the kick in the butt you need. All right, let's see. What do we need to know? What is our message for this week? God. I don't know if I've ever pulled this one. It says, fuck. Shit is about to get real. And then it says, fuck. You need your people around you. Don't be afraid. Speaking of the tribe, you need your people, okay? Yeah, that Tower card, right? Shit is about to get real. Why? Because it needs to. It needs to. You guys, don't be afraid of this. This is telling you that these shifts need to happen collectively and personally because we need to get back on track. We need to get back to that divine feminine, okay? And so this is telling you, you need your people. You need the people that are on a similar journey as you. This is exactly why I created the tribe. And this is exactly why I put my tarot apprenticeship in the tribe, because I want everybody to know that they have support and that you are going to be on a journey of exploration. If you have questions, you're going to get answers. Okay? So through the shifts and changes and everything that's involved, you need supportive people. So if you don't have that, check out the tribe. Sorry, gentlemen, it's ladies only, but the inner circle is men and women, okay? Because that's more classes. The tribe is community, sisterhood, okay? So yeah, I would love to have you in there. I want to build the tribe up to be a place that is like the place to go to, you know, let your freak flag fly, be your spiritual self, grow and expand. We're going to have more things that come in the tribe in the future. So yeah, check it out. But anywho, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Do not be afraid of the shifts and changes, okay? I understand that they are needed. And if we didn't have them, we would be stuck in the same cycle over and over again, okay? So have a wonderful week. I will see you back here next Monday, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. If you need anything in between there, you have everything linked in my bio, okay? DM me your questions or jump into the tribe. Check out the inner circle. If you have questions about that, feel free to email me. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I promise. All right? Love you all. See you then. If I can get it to end. There we go.